Japan, and the shop is ah!
오버젤러스 브레인의 트루 버라이어티.
What's up, guys? It's Nick from Rocket Fools. Wanted to show you guys my changes this year to my 1998 Honda Shadow 750 Ace. Uh, the latest and definitely the coolest change we have is the jockey shift. Uh, you know, seeing all of those Honda Shadows on YouTube, all 600s jockey shift, and I always wanted a jockey shift, but you can never find one. So I actually ended up finding one uh, on this website called We Bike Japan. It's some company, this small shop. I think it's like three guys called K&W Garage in Japan, and they make a kit. And basically, what it is it's a bracket, a cradle for your clutch, and this bar. And so I ordered that. It actually ended up taking about like 3 months to get here. I think it's just like three guys, and they make as much as they can, and they finish them as soon as they can. So it took about 3 months to get mine, and with a very little modifications, pretty much bolted on, and everything worked. So if you look closely, this is their bar. Nothing changed here. Just bolted right on. It's honestly, it's in the perfect position. Didn't have to adjust anything. If you go over here, so initially, uh, if you Don will edit in a picture of what they sent me. Initially it comes with a foot clutch that they make for you, but that didn't bolt into ours. It could have just be like a difference in the bikes in Japan compared to the bikes in America. So what I did is I modified the stock foot lever for the clutch, and went ahead and drilled a hole down here and mounted the cradle. I'm gonna mount it a little better, but for now it's working. And all it does is you push down, and it rocks and follows the clutch and goes back and goes all the way. And then so for this bracket, I also had to modify it a little bit and drill a additional hole. The holes were a bit too close, and mine need to be a little bit further apart. And so prior to doing that, I noticed that I was going to end up using the stock foot clutch. So I drilled the hole so that the foot clutch would miss. So it actually sits a little lower than what it's meant to initially. But besides that, like I said, bolted right on. Uh, Works really well. Have no complaints. Um, as we move forward, I'm going to. This Wednesday is Don's birthday, and so I'm sure we're getting to get into some riding soon. So I don't want to mess with it. We were talking last night, and we want to, stick with it and enjoy it for the next couple of weeks, and then when winter hits, we'll start really editing it and making, uh, finalizing it. I'm gonna get it painted. I'm gonna paint this black. I'm gonna sand this, get it shiny, and clear coat it silver. And then I'm going to cut the case so that this is covered up again and nice and clean. And then this will have a clean hole to come out of, and as I shift. And then the next latest thing that I did was I got this headlight. I think if you guys remember from our last big ride about like a month ago, we all had LED lights, and I really dug the triangle headlight, but with my giant triple tree, it just looked way too small. So I ended up getting fed this one in my feed from Amazon. It's another LED, but it's just bigger and it's also silver, so it matches all of my stuff better. And overall, much happier with it. Only thing I wish it was yellow, but I bought some tint off of Amazon, and we're gonna give it a go. Put some wrap tint on it, make it yellow like the other one, and yeah, see how it looks. But and then up here, because the jockey shift got rid of my clutch lever, I had to get a new mount for my uh, mirrors. I ended up going with these ones. These ones were, I think, like $25 plus shipping, which were a little more money than the other 1 inch, like whatever Amazon uh, mirror bars. But I got these because they're a little more low profile, and we're trying to make them look nice, and you know, I want them to look nice. So yeah, and then the next thing, so midway through the year, as we were working on the yellow bike, uh, I think all of our bikes were down at some point, and my bike's biggest issue that it had was the radiator. I was leaking all over the place. I was leaking on, through the radiator. I think somebody had patched it up at some point, and I was also leaking in the center here, in the cross tube, like Don's was the year before. So when I redid all mine, I went ahead and I got these white silicone hoses off of eBay, and I got an all aluminum radiator. Uh, and honestly, it keeps the bike so much cooler, and it's been running so much quieter and smoother. I wasn't expecting for it to have such a big impact, because I mean, I guess my experience is seeing Chris work on his cars and stuff, and it's just like he was saying that with these smaller engines, everything you do to it has so much more impact to how it rides and how it runs. So to get this one to run, to fit rather, it didn't just bolt on. You know, it was pretty close, but it was still like just slightly off, just like the foot clutch. So this I had to cut and restructure the housing for the cover here, and I ended up just so it's mounted on the bottom, just how it normally is, slips through the two holes, and then up here we got these like through zip ties like that to mount it up top. And we got that idea actually, like I happened to be watching Donut just before, and I was watching their whole recap on the Honda Civic, and he was like, "This is something you do, when you're trying to, get the fan mounted and get it to blah 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 blah." I was like, "Oh my god, that's exactly what I need." So yeah, got some real race car shit happening here. Also, because like I said, somebody had worked on my radiator at some point. I had no bushings or nothing down here. So I had to take this bracket and edit it a little bit. And we also ordered some just like generic top hat uh, bushings and bushings. And so I drilled new holes here to fit these uh, slightly off bungs, and then cover them in bushings. So this radiator is now completely mounted to the bike without being like firm mounted, so it's all safe and it can rattle around and be good to go. Uh, and yeah, like I said, it's been keeping it real nice and cool. And then once that all happened, I had to get the cross tube, which was motherfucker, like it was for Don's. It's just like getting in there really. It's the trick. Uh, and then lastly is the seat. You know, last year we rode. I think our longest ride, me and Don rode all around where we went through college and stuff. It was like a whole day, like 8 hours, and my back felt like I was like impacted. And I was like, I can't go through this year, so I went and did this seat. I don't know if I mentioned it in a previous video, but The dudes who did it was brothers up on Irving Park in Chicago, and they did a phenomenal job. I think he did like just added an extra foam layer and then added the not the silicone, the uh, seat cushion that was already on the seat pan that I had, and then combined them to make just like a super comfortable, super absorbent seat that I ride this all day long, no issues, like no back trouble. Only thing I wish I had is just like a little like back support, man. But yeah. And besides that, uh, spent a day make whiting out all the letters on my tires, and that's my shadow, man. Uh, kind of like 10 feet, small differences, but up close, bunch of little things. Love it. Thank you. Like, comment, and subscribe. This is Nick Lotron, Nick of the Jungle, whatever. Uh, catch you later.